Namaskar. In this video, we will discuss the Buddhist heritage of Kalinga. Gautama Buddha walked on this earth in the 6th century BCE. After his death, his followers divided into the Mahayana and the Hinayana sects. The latest phase, the Vajrayana sect, which is prevalent in the Himalayan regions, is believed to have originated from Odisha. The contribution of Odisha to Buddhist heritage is immense. In known history, before Ashoka, Buddhism was introduced to Odisha by two merchants of Utkala, Tapasu and Bhallika, who had become Buddha's disciples in the 8th week of his enlightenment. After the Kalinga War of 261 BCE, Emperor Ashoka started on a spiritual patronage path. According to historian N.K. Sahu, all schools of religions were promoted during Emperor Ashoka, and Buddhism benefited much from it. The rock edict at Dhauli and Jaugada and the elephant sculpture at Dhauli show Ashoka's attempts at attracting the people of Odisha to Buddhism. Dhatavamsa, a 4th century chronicle from Sri Lanka, states that a tooth relic of Buddha was taken to Sri Lanka from the king of Kalinga, who had built a chaitya in Dantepura. In order to understand the impact of Buddhism on present-day Odisha, I will start by discussing the writings of Utkala Keshari Dr. Hare Krishna Mahatar, the first Chief Minister of Odisha after independence. He describes Odisha as consisting of Odra, Utkala and Kalinga. In later years, Utkala became a part of Kalinga. The two kingdoms, Odra and Kalinga, metamorphosed into one after Ashoka. From the 3rd century to the 8th century, according to Dr. Mahatar, Buddhism was the religion that binded us together. During this time, the belt from Sundarbans of Bengal coming through Midnapur, Baleswar, Nilagiri and Keonjhar up to Ganjam were full of Buddhist architecture. The Pushpagiri Vihara of the Bhaumakara period of the 7th and 8th centuries is the present-day diamond triangle of Lalitgiri, Udayagiri and Ratnagiri, Lalitgiri being the most ancient. An inscription from Lalitgiri dated to 2nd century suggests flourishing Buddhist activities at that time. We find remains of stupas and chaitya grihas that were active from the 2nd century BC to 3rd century CE. A flight of steps takes you to a large stupa. In this stupa, 4 small relic baskets with Gautama Buddha's remains were found, out of which one was made of gold. Here is a view of the landscape from the Mahastupa. Ratnagiri is also another ancient Buddhist site. It must have been established by 6th century. The main stupa existing in the site is datable to 7th century. The brickwork here is very fine and unmatched by any other site of this period in India. Buddhist sources written in 16th and 17th century in Tibet write that Ratnagiri was an important Buddhist center from which the Kala Chakra Tantra spread to the whole world. Next, we take a look at Udayagiri. It is the largest Buddhist site in Odisha, known as Madhavapura Mahavihara. It was active from the 7th to the 12th centuries. In Udayagiri, we find Buddha sculpture with Vairochana and Jambala representing the Buddhist Thrikaya doctrine. A peculiarity of the Bhoma art was that instead of carving images of side niches of temples from a single stone, the sculptures were carved as a part of the wall. Each image was composed of 2 to 3 layers of stones off the walls. Unless the structure is completely dismantled, it was difficult for anyone to take their sculptures. So we find many sculptures that have survived around these building sites. Three rulers of the Bhaumakara dynasty from the 7th century were Mahayana Buddhists. Wensang visited Odisha during the 7th century and had discussed Buddhism flourishing in Odra. Vajrayana Buddhism seems to have originated during this time.
The goodwill that the patrons had towards all religions during this period is evident from the incorporation of Buddhist divinities in Shakta and Shaiva temples. For example, the Vaital Devula temple in Bhubaneswar and the Saiva temple of Khinjali Mandala under Somavansis in Bodha. As pointed out by eminent art historian Ananda Kumaraswamy, styles in art in India are not sectarian and have pre-Vedic roots. As Odisha was isolated with many intervening hills and forests and had local patronage, very distinctive individualized local schools of art emerged. Sculptures taken from Udayagiri, Lalitgiri and Ratnagiri are now housed in Museum of Bhubaneswar, Kolkata, Patna and Paris. Besides architecture, we also find evidence of rock-cut Buddhist sculptures of the Bhaumakaras in Langudi in Cuttack district from the 7th and 8th centuries. The hillock is covered with rock-cut stupas of various sizes with finials and lotus medallions. We also find rock-cut Dhyani Buddhas, Avalokiteshvara, feminine Vajrayana Buddhist divinities and Bodhisattvas.
Kuruma is a site 8 kilometers from the Sun Temple at Konark. It was brimming with activity from the 6th to the 8th centuries. An ancient brick wall measuring 29 meters in length and consisting of 7 layers of bricks was excavated in 1974-1975, belonging to the 9th and 10th centuries. An image of Dhyani Buddha was recovered from this site in 1960. Kuruma Stupa of Odra Desha is recorded in a manuscript dated to 1015 CE. Other sculptures found here are the Avalokiteshvara and the Revanta images. Finally, I wanted to end this video with a personal note. Near our ancestral village, Badappa, Maniyabandha in Cuttack district is one of the oldest living Buddhist sites, which was also mentioned by Wensang in his travelogue of the 7th century.
He was gifted the most exquisite shawl by the Buddhist weavers,
and the tradition of weaving continues till date. We'll see more of Kalinga in another video.